before I get into part 2 of this lovely fucking journey, keep in mind my first video isn't perfect because I'm only editing my own work, because I don't know about you, but some of us can't afford shit like VivziePop can. As for the first video, there's someone, I'm not naming who, decided to complain that my video is just boring, or it's not to the point and it's just rambling on and on about. It's the point of a video. If you don't like it, you don't have to watch it. I mean, like, the reason why the first video actually got, the reason why the first video is caused the comments off is to prevent Vivzie stands from coming into the comments and crying about how their idol is being exposed. This is shit that's been around for years and is only being brought up again to further prove how fucking irresponsible VivziePop's was for her fandom. I mean, I get it. I'm not good at explaining things, but guess what? I have autism. And most of the shit, I scripted most of it. And if you want the actual script, it's all linked in my fucking Tumblr. Because the reason why most people are able to be linked to my Discord, linked to my YouTube, is because, well, it's linked to my fucking Tumblr. So if you want a full scope of everything, it's an abridged version of the doc. And I'm not about to read all those screenshots. Also, for you who don't really want to watch it, Too Long didn't read. The first video was about Shay, basically, because the person who made a video on VivziePop's harassers and stalkers was very rude in concerns to Shay. Also, to clarify, self-shipping is literally the act of shipping yourself with a character. It's something that everyone does, and it doesn't matter if it's cringe or not. I don't care. I don't get paid to sit here and explain to you about shit. And if you want to be rude, go fuck yourself. Secondly, the reason why I'm very aggressive in this second video is because people are stupid as shit, don't know how to use Google, illiterate, and don't understand that everyone can criticize someone even if they don't know it. Just like how people criticize me, I don't go around and say, well, you can't criticize me because I don't know you. Quite frankly, no one cares. No one's paying you to watch this. No one gives a shit. And if you have something to say about VivziePop, you can go say it on Twitter or whatever, because no one fucking cares. Literally, this whole account is not meant to sit here and be distracting about VivziePop. The point is, the parts I'm making are my last takeaways from the fandom, because these videos are made from a person that's leaving the fandom, by the way. So, if anything, I'm not even going to be around to even moderate it, because I'm not going to make content on Has-Been Hotel anymore. I'm going to stop writing about Has-Been Hotel. I'm going to stop doing my own thing and do my own thing, because unlike you, I know when to stop. Secondly, I don't care if my video sucks. The point is, I don't know how to actually edit, and I have to do things myself, because unfortunately, due to my unemployment, I can't actually get a job because I have actual health issues that need to be responsive. I don't know. So you're just going to do with what's better. I mean, if you can do better, then do by all means do it. But if you come here just to complain, then this place ain't for you, and the best you're going to get is a screenshot and put into the doc itself, because at this point, you're just proving that you can't handle criticism. Also, this is not a means to harass other people, because quite frankly, if you do that shit, you're unfunny, you're uncool, and quite frankly, you need help. Okay, so this section is from the user that I was talking to. Also, this is going to be more focused on VivziePop and co. And of course, from our special guest, DJ Blitz, and a few people that I have a bone to pick. You think, and for some people who say that I'm doing this because I'm spiteful or whatnot, just let this be known that I don't want to do this. I don't want to make a video on this. I'm the only person that actually cares to take the whole entire bad parts of the fan base to task, because it kills me knowing that a fan base I used to be so egregiously involved in is doing all this shit and no one's calling it out. Either people are a part of the problem or not a part of the problem, and they just ignore it because they're scared of getting hurt. Some people has to stick up and understand that this is not right. And for you guys to continuously, harass people that are just speaking out shows volumes. There's been documented cases such as the fan base basically attacking people with the disorders. Look, just this recently, I've seen people call someone that was trans male and, not a real guy. I mean, sure, there's a lot of people that say it, but most of these people are in an LGBTQ plus space, aka the Has-Been Hotel community. most of these people are saying offensive shit for a show that's supposed to be catered for, the LGBTQ+. And this behavior is not even called out. In fact, Twitter doesn't even care. They're more focused on complaining about ships rather than point this out. So, I don't know. That's what I wanted to clarify. Also, on the Shay incident, for the first section, I left out a few key opponents of this shit because most of it was just basically, too long, didn't read. Shay committed suicide due to harassment, which is a key factor. I'm pretty sure there's other key factors, but I'm putting into part for the harassment because, quite frankly, it's really ridiculous how people think, oh, it could be something else. It could be a mixture of the two. It's not just, simple as that. Also, to clarify, you can actually get arrested for pushing someone to suicide. It's various names under the law, but the point is, it's gone by several things like reckless manslaughter, murder, or assisted murder, or assisted suicide, but essentially it's illegal. If somebody actually ends up committing suicide, and if you have the proper evidence to back up your claims, you could report this to the, you could report your findings to the police in your area, and hope they do something, or report it to the FBI. I'm not sure how that works, but it's still a cybercrime regardless. And people who act like this isn't actually a crime doesn't understand that shit like this can get in trouble. The only reason why shit like this isn't mainstream is because I'm going to cite something. Stephanie Myers was a victim of online harassment and bullying by the hands of her quote-unquote best friend's mother, who basically posed as a guy to befriend her and eventually harassed her until she committed suicide. The sad fact of it, the case is that people don't understand or take this seriously to the point that it's very bad behavior. This shit is actually unacceptable. And if you think it's funny to make fun of someone that died, just be known that if someone close to you dies and someone else makes fun of it, then you shouldn't get mad because technically that's karma for what you did. I'm not saying it's completely fine to justify what has happened to your family member, but it's still fucked up that you made fun of someone dead on the internet. It doesn't make sense, and it shouldn't have happened. Also, if someone's harassing you online, the best part you can, I'm not a lawyer, so the best you can do is just call the police, report it to cyber police, or just report them, because quite frankly. Lastly, I know some fans are on the doxing spree recently, but if you just let you know, I don't care if you find my Facebook because that's public information, but you don't really understand that I just don't care. Like, you can do all you want to me, I just don't fucking care. Because the only thing you're proving is that the fan base is batshit crazy. Like, seriously, I could die tomorrow and I wouldn't give less of a fuck. I know. I sound like I don't care, I'm unbothered, but quite frankly, I am sick and tired of having people come to my DMs screaming at me for having an honest opinion, even though it's my opinion. So, I know it's rambly, but this is actually, I know what I'm doing is rambling, but this is actually a serious matter that I need to discuss with you guys, because I know there's people out there coming out there screaming because I'm making a video on someone that doesn't even know of my existence. The funny thing about this situation is VivziePop is, she's literally engaging in these dramas herself. It's not me engaging in it. She's engaging in it and choosing to take the bait and talk to these people. It's simply a matter of ignoring it and not ignoring it. So if I'm basically reviving the drama or doing all sorts of shit, then she's also reviving her own drama by constantly self-reporting, and it's not my fault. And I don't know how to stop my rambling, but it has to be said that someone out here is not doing enough jobs, and the only people who are doing the God's work are the Kiwi farmers and other people that actually don't like VivziePop. We only serve to actually do this shit because it's just, it's just what we have to do. It's just what we gotta do. And reason why you just gotta do what you do. Most people don't care for this, and I bet most of y'all don't care about it, but I do. I've been a victim of bullying before, and I know how it feels. Most of y'all are just children that don't understand the don't understand the stipulations for what it's done. But the problem is not the fan base itself, it's the creator. The reason why these videos are about the creator is to show that someone needs to be taken to task. Half of them are children, so they don't understand their actions. Half of them are also adults with brain cells, but most of them don't know what they're doing is wrong because they're stupid as shit. I'm 20 years old. Put that in perspective. I know right from wrong. I'm not a retard. So, this video is going to be about it. And if you don't like it, you can just sit down and just ignore me. And the reason why most of the comments on my VivziePop videos are, off is because of how stupid comments I get. Usually when I get comments like these, I don't respond to them. I just screenshot them, put them on I just screenshot them, put them in Canva, and, do my thing. While I basically put it in Canva, make a whole wall of it just to print out and burn. That's how fucking useless your comments are to me. Like, I fucking don't care. I know it sounds to me that I care enough to do that, but quite frankly, I could die tomorrow and you wouldn't even be the last thought in my head. I'm trying to be nice, but, it's hard to be nice to these people when their stupid responses are stupid as shit. Like, for fuck's sake, be fucking for real. Y'all harassed someone who made a fair judgment against it. You doxed somebody who was 2 decades younger, and this episode is sponsored by the person who actually alleged it. So let's get to the point, you fucking idiots. Fucking ridiculous. I ain't scripting anymore because I'm fucking tired. Okay, so the point is, where we left off, we talked about the Shay incident and how it affected people, but some people don't understand that, but, that's not beyond the point. So, what happened is that, last video, sorry, I'm brain cells. Last video, I teased at a possible, incident recently that someone's family and workplace got doxxed. Their mother's job got doxxed after the person found out where they lived. To put it in perspective, the perpetrator is 37 years old, and some people claim that the person allegedly had Alistair stickers on the back of their car, so it's probably lining up with the fact that this is a stand. However, I'm just saying allegedly so I won't get fucking slammed in court. So, from what I can gather is, I talked to, Koinky Doinky. Oh, yeah, no, the person involved in all the situation. So, let's begin. Hi, this is Koink. Hello. Sorry for the random ask, but if you need to interview me, ask away. Alright, what was the whole thing behind it at all? What started this? Okay, so basically, too long didn't read. My friend had gotten doxxed about a week ago for being critical of the Helliverse, showing that they knew their address and where their mom worked. A few days later, someone drove a car into the building. They then began to harass me and my friend, and we're currently sending a cease and desist. Over the show? Yeah, over the show. It's so crazy. As far as I know, Viv does nothing to address this. What was even the critic of it? Honestly, I feel better because me and my friends were joking, but I didn't even know it could get this far. All my friend said that he preferred the first season over the second season of Hell of a Boss. Sadly, the issue is these people treat these shows that are just OCs going on daily adventures. It's just someone's OCs going on adventures, and most of the people will agree with them. That's a common sentiment around the fan base. Well, the sensible parts at least. I just wish the fandom would stop pretending that harassment isn't an issue. It's rampant. Yeah, it's really rampant, guys. I wonder why. Okay, back to reading. Yeah, most of these people who say it isn't real are the same people who ask for proof of someone's dead body. Shay. The same people DJ Blitz is also the kind to fake claim someone's death. DJ also made fun of the car crash. Who knew a show that's insensitive about serious topics would breed such insensitivity? And this one's from DJ Blitz. FYI, been checking into the local news about good old and no news reports about any recent car crashes. There are others, and let me say the DMV should be disbanded, and nobody should have their license because no one can drive in that town whatsoever. I'm a foe! Trust me, he's not being censored in the video. Yeah, you're not being censored in the video. He said a lot of concerning shit that you need to actually see for yourselves. Anyone who hasn't done things like you will be, however. I just don't find it conventional to censor people who say such vile things. Why give them the right of anonymity when they can see that stuff associated with the name? I used to censor him whenever I talked about him, but not anymore. The censored bar is because that's my friend's country. Yeah, I was referring to Blitz. He deserves no anonymity. If he was willing to say all that, it should come with consequences. Also, apologies for being online, but not learning how to grasp the need. Yeah, my friend and I are in contact with Twitter, and Twitter will send him over our cease and desist letter on Monday. Alright. If anything, Twitter should suspend him too. I'm sure you could report this due to Twitter. Thank you so much for the support again, and we are. Alright, thanks for telling me everything. I will be sure to censor things regarding the final product of the video. Thanks, make sure to link it to me so I can spread around. So the point is, somebody literally doxed someone over a fucking joke review. And that's not the only thing that happened, because according to some other person, which is known around in the community that I go in, let me just move to the harassment and bullying side of things. Editor Orion, there was a huge gap missing from this recording because I was spending time forgetting what I was getting. So when I was back on the editing software, I found the thing I was actually looking for because I had autistic/brain memory issues. So what I was talking about is Cartoonchi and how some fans go crazy. So, as I was saying, the past 24 hours, Hell of a Boss fans have sent me ableist harassment, dismiss my critiques because I'm cis, I'm not, spread lies about me, accuse me of crimes with no evidence, victim blame me and refuse to apologize, all over a mild critique of Season 2. I'm in shock. I shouldn't have to tell you how much shit Cartoonchi has gone through, because if you're like well known in the area where, you know, Lyle Convoy and cartoon reviewers, that cartoon reviewers get the most absolute egregious harassments known to man. The reason why I wanted to mention Cartoonchi here is because not even the cartoon reviewers are safe. Even if they have, you know, it's their job to do it. They get paid on YouTube to talk about cartoons. You don't have to agree with them, but if you don't know, for the trained people who don't know Cartoonchi, this dude literally had 2 people harassing him. One of them is well known in some communities, Smash Bandicoot, this absolute psychopath. This guy who literally has his own video. If you want to learn about him, too long didn't read. Dude literally lied about his age. Showed his he showed CP, fictional CP. I have to clarify that, not actual CP, but it doesn't matter. It's still CP. CP to children. Harassed people, specifically Cartoonchi. Got into a long hour call with Lyle Convoy, where nothing of value happened. He demanded to see Cartoonchi. I don't know why. Then another person, if you don't know who this person is, because he was around before being shunned by Lyle Convoy, Miss Anthropony, who also was harassing Cartoonchi. So what we're dealing with is Cartoonchi has all these people harassing them, and they don't need this type of behavior either from the Has Been Hotel fans. This is why I was so adamant in the document about how ridiculous this is over a goddamn cartoon. I mean, for fuck's sake, the dude got harassed enough. Leave him alone. Leave them alone. I'm sorry, Cartoonchi, if I misgendered you. I'm just going to refer to you as they/them. So, as I was saying, that's what I was missing. Thank you. Yeah, the content is that everyone's completely rude. So reading on what happened is the fan base's obvious depictions of somebody with the issue. So I can find what I was looking for if I actually do and actually do anything. Like, if I do actually find the thing I'm looking for, then I will just fucking edit this. But the next thing I do want to point out is the fan base's toxicity. For starters, I'm going to be talking about you know who. Alright, So, for a series as diverse and inclusive as the Helliverse fandom, many people have exhibited such vile and rude remarks regarding the community, even for standards beyond my comprehension. You'd expect a fandom composed of content relating to diversity and inclusivity will feature at least some kindness to members who show some semblance of uncomfortableness regarding the media. Unfortunately, that doesn't seem to have been a thing, as I got a scathing ass has been all over the place. Anonymous. I love how most queer friends, fans of Hasbin's gripe with Angel Dust is that he's a bad gay rep. Yes, that's the issue with his characterization. He's feminine and flirty and would enjoy casual sex if his circumstances were better, which, like, hey, that's literally quite a lot of gay men in real life. Please go outside. It's not the fact that he was a mobster who killed people, or is a character written as a weak and mishandles commentary on sex trafficking by a Fajoshi Nazi. It's that he's a twink who likes dirty jokes. I wish his fandom will be fucking for real. And my response to this fuckery is, I mean, honestly, it's beyond that. I would not care if it was a one-time off occurrence, but there's other issues. In fact, the relationship between Ozzy and Fizzaroli is seen as problematic because it's Ozzy infantilizing Fizz. Not to get started on Stolass either. Also, I like how you say queer fans as if we're not allowed to feel slightly nasty on how Angel Dust is portrayed as someone who is obsessed with sex. Also, the whole all gay men do it is also really dumb. You can't just dismiss our comfortableness, especially when we've been treated like shit. Portrayal like this only serves to harm the LGBTQ+, and will enjoy casual sex if his circumstances was better, which, like, hey, that's quite literally a lot of gay men in life. Please go outside. Reminder, just because some gay men do it doesn't mean all of us is like this. And sometimes they think that the shit that they say is a gotcha moment is just stupid, and it makes them look even more stupid in return. You know, the thing about this is that, it's not that. It's not that either, because they think that fighting racism with racism is going to fix that issue. But, like, fuck's sake. Just this other time. Like, let me tell you how bad the racism in the fandom is. When you, for instance, I was making, okay, y'all can criticize me all you want, but this is actually something that you don't know. I've talked with several people that were actually a part of the religion that VivziePop was, appropriating, in my opinion. But people can claim that they're appropriating the Christianity, but I was talking to somebody about it. So in my scrapped rewrite of Hasbin Hotel, I decided, since seraphim angels are technically spirits and are heaven-born, and they weren't born from, humans before, because it's obvious that Emily and Sarah aren't human. They weren't human before because I decided to remove race coding altogether. This caused another person of color to get pissed off at me, claiming that I was being racist. First, they claimed I was racist because I removed coloring from a character that theoretically, in the religion that I'm trying to restore, shouldn't have the race. If it ain't fixed, then don't broke. If it ain't broken, don't fix it. The point is, they try to paint the picture that I was, racist for making a character slightly white, even though I'm removing the color, so it shouldn't matter if it was white or not, because according to some, I have a source, they're a Catholic Christian. I usually base my Christianity off of, Catholicism. I asked them about it because they're the one who's, the religious person in the friendship. They're pretty, well thought out. They just don't draw anything relating to angels or demons because of their religion. They're a pretty nice person. They told me that, no, they don't actually have race. They're just spirits. Therefore, they shouldn't have race. So I use that as proof against these people. So after I posted that very smoking gun, they went back and started punching down at me, stating that I was being colorist. Okay, so I was being racist and now I'm being colorist. But the funny thing is, they decided to cite Steven Universe and Piccolo from Dragon Ball Z. If you don't know, that Piccolo and Garnet and whatever Steven Universe characters are different because technically they're not biblical figures that have pre-established, lore, and it's actually, dear and near to them. Gems, however, can take whatever form they want. So it shouldn't be an issue. Piccolo is not canonically black. I'm sorry. I have to say it. He's not confirmed to be black at all. It's just fan speculation. citing two different sources as black representation when one of them is technically just speculation and the other one is just easily said that they can take any form what they will, it ain't that easy. Plus, I'm pretty sure that that your claims that a seraphim angel should be black because it doesn't matter. But the problem is VivziePop doesn't know how to, design black characters, which people claim, but she actually had proof of this good designed black people. It's just that she just doesn't care for she'd rather have quantity over quality, apparently. And I'm simply because I'm colorist for, it's a redesign, a rewrite. Someone else pointed that out, saying that it was a redesign and rewrite, which means that I could do whatever the fuck I want with it. And they also pointed out something very true. Alistair apparently allegedly was based off of another demon of Greek origin, and somebody could also apply that logic to the faceless Anon who claims they were a person of color. To be frank, I'm Blasian. I'm very light brown. So they pointed out by that logic they should also apply that to VivziePop, but we all know damn well that the has-been community don't care if you're black, white, red, blue, gay, queer, whatever. They don't care if you're autistic, you're stupid, you have Down syndrome, you're retarded. They don't care. If you say something against our Lord and Savior, cult leader VivziePop, then you're fucking dead. You're dead, kiddo. Which is kind of frankly the most funniest thing ever. I've never seen this amount of worship for Rebecca Sugar, or for Party Coffin, for Gooseworks, for Akira Toriyama. Rest in peace. Because the fact that you're pedestaling, this is the only creator I've seen that people worship. And you know who's the first person that actually comes into mind when I think about it? I'm sorry I have to say this, but it's Dream. Yes, this amount of worship is rivaling Dream's fan base to 100%. I know most of y'all probably wonder, well, what does Dream have to do with this? Well, to give a short learn term, it was just some dumb kid that got propelled into infamy for some stupid Manhunt series that eventually dissolved in him making a bunch of content, and then he kept getting exposed for false allegations repeatedly. The difference between Dream and VivziePop is that VivziePop actually has screenshots to back up her allegations, while Dream's stands are just stupid and brainless. I think the only theory I can say that most of these fans, the toxicity, came from was either Dream stands porting over to something else to complain about after Dream did all sorts of bad shit and they didn't get any likes or views after they got exposed for lying, or it's just as what one of the persons in my Roblox group says, the Welcome Home fans all moved to Has Been Hotel. The reason why I'm speculating about whether or not Has Been Hotel fans are, from other fan bases is because, quite frankly, most of the people in the fan base were very toxic. They harassed others for honest opinions. They harassed AU artists to the point of them quitting their AUs and leaving the fandom, to the point that Party Coffin themselves had to do it. And the only difference is that Welcome Home hasn't been updating, as far as I know, or quietly updating, and no one really cares about that fandom anymore because they all moved to Has Been fucking Hotel. So that's beyond the point. Now, since we got all that shit out of the way, because I don't fucking care for quantity anymore or quality, because I'm sick and tired of this and I want this video out now, it turns out that VivziePop's fanbase loves flinging allegations. Now, this is pretty inconsistent with what I said, but if you're being very fucking for real right here, if you don't have anything that you're reaching for shit that isn't there and assigning intent, then you might as well self-report, because quite frankly, I've seen people being accused of zoophiles, being pedophiles, being this, that, and the third, while also self-reporting and claiming that there's pedophiles in their same community that they claim that the other person is pedophilia. So the two notable people that has been being creepy with minors is Nori, which I don't know much about, other than the fact that that someone claimed that Nori, the narrator, has been talking about BDSM with minors. Which, by the way, let me just tell you something real quick. Nori is an adult, I'm pretty sure, and the minors in question are children. So what is an adult doing, a grown-ass adult doing, talking about BDSM to a bunch of children? When was the last time this behavior was acceptable at all? People in the fandom has defended this behavior. even though you shouldn't. And I'm implicating all of you because I'm pretty sure y'all have a few skeletons in your closet. If you defend this behavior, then you are complacent in the, in the fact that this is early porn introduction. And I'm pretty sure this is the type of shit that we don't stand for. And the thing is, I don't know what started this conversation, probably because there was another one of the angel dust discourse, which I don't fucking care about. Shut the fuck up. So apparently, Nori tried to explain that they were, educating them, which is usually what groomers / pedophiles, not like Nori is one, but because I have to say that to be clear because I'm not accusing them, but it's literally what pedophiles and groomers say. I'm not joking. Whenever a groomer, when is the last time you've heard someone say they were educating kids on the matter without them being caught? It's always the first excuse in these type of situations that they were educating. In my opinion, you shouldn't be educating kids on the internet. It doesn't matter if you are trying to help them. It's not your place to say it. It's creepy, disgusting, and quite frankly, nasty. The only people that should be teaching these kids are trusted adults in their life, not you. And whoever thought this was a fucking viable excuse, I'm sorry. If you're a child while excusing this behavior, I'm sorry. But I'm scared for what happens when you get caught by a groomer, because this is fucking ridiculous. Another person that said something weird is the infamous storyboard artist for the Poison soundtrack, otherwise known as Episode 4 Masquerade. Yay. To put in perspective, I am a SA survivor. And judging by every other victim of SA, they agree that this fucking Poison / the Episode 4 was extremely distasteful. And you want to know who's behind the whole entirety of it? Raphael, the storyboard artist for it. And obviously, they were basically criticized for it because you're adding a person who's openly having fetishized content of rape on their team. And the one thing, instead of VivziePop apologizing, she decides to pull the ultimate trump card. This person has SA trauma, which would actually cause people to back down if it wasn't for the fact that Raphael decided to come out and say, no, I don't have SA, I haven't been SA'd before. Many people still think that Raphael was groomed or, SA'd, but the thing is, he said he wasn't. So either he's lying and VivziePop's telling the truth, or VivziePop's lying and he's telling the truth, or there's a middle ground where VivziePop actually was telling the truth and she just exposed someone's trauma, which, by the way, you shouldn't do. That is on the list of things you shouldn't do, especially telling someone who's trans that they're trans to their family members. There's a lot of issues with this problem, and when I pointed that out, the fan base is always saying, well, she didn't mean to. It was an honest mistake. Mistake is defined by it's implying that she made a fuck up, a fucky wucky, if you will. And in order to tell that you made a mistake is that you have to acknowledge it, which VivziePop has an issue with doing. She made a mistake, not actually addressing criticism. She made a mistake for not actually talking about the playbills and instead blocking them. Blocking people who ask. She made a mistake just for not actually clarifying something. If she made a mistake, then her whole existence must be one. I'm sorry. Seriously. How can you claim something was a mistake if she's not going to address the mistake at all? She essentially let that allegation / claim hand in the air so people can use that as excuses while spreading misinformation. In order for me to confirm it was a mistake, she has to address the mistake first. It makes no sense whatsoever for a grown woman to claim she made a mistake when she was given time and time and time and chances and chances and chances and chances and chances all over again. She just made a mistake. It's not like she's 30 years old now and she shouldn't be growing out of this. It's not like her fan base is paying her $100 for just fucking pieces of paper. It's not like everyone's basically waiting for answers on some paper that's supposed to be free. No. It's a mistake. We all have to forgive her because it was an honest mistake. Like how I have to forgive abusers because they beat the shit out of me and raped me. I have to forgive a mistake. You can tell that I'm really pissed off right now because I'm honestly tired of these excuses. Because excuses after excuses after excuses. You don't understand how stupid that is. The whole point of Hasman Hotel was to redeem sinners, and none of y'all are going to heaven, that's for sure. I'm not going to heaven because I don't believe in hell or heaven. I'm going wherever the ground takes me, just blank darkness. But quite frankly, that everyone's giving her the benefit of the doubt and taking her word for it when there's other screenshots that say so otherwise, it's absolutely bluffing. She's bluffing and pulling shit out of her ass to the point that you're wondering, when's the shit gonna stop? Like, be fucking for real. And everyone acts like we're insane because we are documenting it, when in reality, I get my screenshots from refutable sources, and it's literally not DMs, so it's not private conversations. It's literally available on the interweb. If it was private, then of course you have every right to be mad, but you shouldn't be mad. Then we're going to move on about how people are defending, other people and hiding predators. I mean, there was such a screenshot where, in order for these fans to actually get anybody, to get people to actually do anything, like, they try to implicate us as the type of people to get mad because we did nothing. We did nothing wrong other than expose content that we deem is inappropriate. VivziePop stands takes this as a gotcha moment when they point out that we literally just stalk their favorite creator, when in reality she's the one basically posting shit frequently. If we were stalking, then the funny thing is, I don't think stalking on the internet is a thing unless you actually do know where they live. But it is stalking. You just stare at their pages all day. But VivziePop is pretty open about her personal life. She's oversharing to an extreme. Also, let me put this on the side. I don't want to be rude to people, like I said, because I see a little bit of myself in VivziePop. I'm the type of person who doesn't want criticism, who overreacts every single time someone says something that involves me. I obsessively want people to think about me in a good light, which is signs of some sort of neurodivergent issue at hand. And I pointed out that VivziePop might have some sort of neurodivergent issue that she should probably get checked out for. But I'm not a diagnoser. I'm just speculating. I don't like criticism, but I don't go around saying my shit's literally stinks. AKA, it's another term for it's great. So I don't go around going X Games on people who just says my show sucks. I don't block people for honest criticism. She claims that she blocks people because it helps her with her mental health, but most of the time it was another term where she said, I block people to give me peace of mind so I don't see bad people. But there's often times where she also blocks people who give honest criticism. And then there was one such screenshot where somebody pointed out that she could just ignore it. And unintentionally, she basically admitted that she could just ignore it. VivziePop is self-aware. All of y'all who are coddling her, you don't understand. This woman's self-aware to the point that she knows damn well that what she's doing is definitely not okay, and she has every right to ignore it. But instead of actually ignoring it, she has to address everything. The similar way with the meme, I'm Kane and I'm your bitch meme, which she threw a fucking fit about. And she had the nerve to address Gooseworks as her friend. Honey, she's not your friend. Gooseworks barely tolerates you. And the funny thing is, she thinks that everyone in the indie animation sphere is her friend, when half of the people that she worked with really doesn't have anything nice to say about her or doesn't want to be associated with her. Which, by the way, you know what Gooseworks did when VivziePop actually started going off on Twitter? She just basically did her own thing and ignored it and basically made vague tweets, which were fucking funny. She didn't care about it. VivziePop claimed that Gooseworks was her friend, and the thing is, she works with these people for a little while. She has this thing called attachment issues, where if she works with somebody refutable, she claims that they're her friends, even though they're just work buddies. You're not truly friends. In my opinion, if you're actually working with someone, they're not your friend, they're your coworkers, your pupils. Treating them like your friends is just stupid. They're like the people that she hired for roles like Keith David are just her coworkers. They're not her friends. Unless you actually hang out with them, then they are friends or just coworkers. don't just refer to them as friends, because quite frankly, a neurodivergent tip here, referring to people as your friends only hurts you more. That causes issues in the long run, especially when you do something bad. I know. I've been there when I've done something stupid and I'm not proud of. So that's some, pointers. The point is, VivziePop has this thing where she does all sorts of shit while also doing nothing at the same time, such as when we seen in the Shay incident. Something that I forgot to mention in the first section of the Shay incident is that the people involved after Shay's passing tried numerous times to get to VivziePop via emails, which I can't really read out because they're too small and my fucking virgin eyes can't take it. But the point is, my only criticism for that is that they should have gone to her on Twitter instead of emails, because no one really reads emails. Unless she does read emails and she's purposely not reading them, then that's her fault. If it were me and if I were to do it all over again, I would have just gone straight to Twitter and just basically ping her. It's obvious that she responds to people. It's obvious she's interacting with her fans, which is the next point, parasocial relationships. My favorite. The issue with the fan base is how they interact with, actors in the Has-Been Hotel community. They're very much certain to go ahead and say, yeah, but VivziePop is our hero, when in reality she's a human being like everyone else. She's not no saint. She hasn't done anything worthwhile other than make a fucking mid-ass cartoon that literally no one except children with the brain temperature of an IQ level of 0 think it's good. If you want to watch actual good content, like actual good, adult animation, South Park or Rick and Morty or whatever, those at least show actual violence and sex. And to quote another video, Has-Been Hotel is safe edgy. Real edgy is where you watch, because at this point it's rated 16+. The only reason why they don't actually have sex at all is because they're not interested in that. The characters, the angel dust scenes don't really, mix well with pop scenes. But I'm not here to criticize Has-Been Hotel. I'm here to criticize everything. Like I said, VivziePop has a history of ignoring criticism, ignoring people who actually try to reach out to her for valid concerns. And you expect her to actually do anything else. It's ridiculous. And then people who claim she did nothing, yeah, she does nothing. She did nothing to actually quell her fan base. She did nothing to prevent her fan base from going after small creators like Cartucci or anybody else that has other opinions other than them. She did nothing to calm down the growing fan base and try to get them to sit down. She did nothing to when somebody decided to commit actual crimes. She did nothing. And the only thing that was consistent in her nothingness is that she contributed nothing to the pilot episode. Yep. She did not contribute anything to the pilot. Because why would you think that she could write something as amazing as a pilot that everyone claims is the best shit on earth since sliced bread? She didn't write that. No. Those ideas didn't come from her. Allegedly, it came from Ken Draws themselves. She stole a lot of shit, and people still think she's some sort of masterpiece artist. Hell, even Zoophobia isn't written well. And let's not get started on the snakes and bathtub images. People claim that they're a minor, but I can't find evidence to back it up, so I'm just going to say they are a minor because I don't fucking feel like searching through every single post, because quite frankly, I'm tired of doing this, and I'm only making these videos to just get the fuck out of the fandom because I don't want to be here anymore. You can tell earlier I was tired of all this shit, that I was tired of the fan base, I was tired of the harassment for expressing my opinions, I'm tired of my partner saying shit that doesn't make sense. I'm tired of everybody implicating other people for actually having opinions. And if I want to say that a show sucks, then let me. It's not my business to sit around and lounge all day and praise a show for its immaculate and proportional drawing and writing. You know what's good fucking writing? Fucking fan fictions. And I'm telling you what. People don't understand that fan fiction. It's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous that I have to explain why XYZ is bad while also not scripting this section because I'm tired and I want to get this over with and I don't want to deal with this bullshit anymore. Believe it or not, my life, I don't actually sit here talking about VivziePop all day because people really think that I'm obsessed with her. No. The only thing I'm obsessed with is eating, sleeping, having depressive fits in my bed about whether or not I'm going to get the new Sparking Zero, Dragon Ball Z, fictional characters. And you know what's not on that list? VivziePop or Has Been Hotel, because no one gives a fuck about it. The only reason why people give a fuck about it is to spread awareness about how shitty the fan base is. You got me fucked up if you think that you truly care about me. If you truly care about people's mental illnesses, then you wouldn't go around and being on Anon and claim shit on Twitter while also carrying it. It's the same as falsely caring about someone's opinion when you don't. The fan base only chooses what they want to care about. One day they want to care about people's feelings, and the next they don't. So honestly, then there's no next part of this. The last thing I'm going to be talking about is how VivziePop doesn't care about her fans. She doesn't care about them. She doesn't care about you. She doesn't care about you, me, you, or her fucking followers. She doesn't care about anyone but herself. She sees you as money. She sees you as someone to gain incentives from. She employs fans just to fucking overwork them and pay them in fucking peanuts like Nicole Watterson. If she truly cared about you, she would have been more transparent. And that's the sad fact of life, kiddos. Because once you become Hollywood famous, no one else is important to you. You're protected by Hollywood, honey. There's no one in this world that would care about anyone but yourself. Because quite frankly, you're invincible. You can get away with murder. You can get away with murder and steal a bunch of shit that you actually worked for. You can get away with murder of your wife. You can get away with murder. You can rape people. Then years later, you get exposed for that, even though it's an open secret. You can groom minors. You can do whatever the fuck you want because Hollywood protects you. Never become famous, kids, because it changes some people. As a word of advice for the has-been ho-fuck tuckers, I don't fucking care. This video was to tell you your fucking fandom is shit. I could care less about you. You can dox me all you want, but it's not going to change the fact that my opinion is still solid. I literally have no fucking will to live. Doxing wouldn't do much other than actually give me what I want. You can say that I'm trolling all you want, but literally I don't fucking care. I'm sick and tired of this. I wanted to love the series. I wanted to cherish it as my own. But seeing all this shit is just making me leave. And you know what? It's no skin off my back. I'm glad I'm leaving. I'm glad that deep down, criticizing the show has showed me that, that there's people that actually do care about quality, that do care about good writing, that does care about actual good content, that actually cares about people and doesn't rely heavily on other plot points to push their narratives. I've met some amazing people in the critic community that actually really are friendly. I've made new friends. I've lost a few, but none actually, I just want to say that despite the fact that the show sucks, it still brought people together. There's still a subsection of... I'm willing to admit that there's some people that actually aren't all like that, but the problem is people are going to associate the bad parts with the good parts of the fandom. It was the same with the furry fandom. People still will think that you're some psychopath that doxes people and fucks animals, no matter what you do. There's nothing that's going to change that, and this video won't change it. Neither does the first video. If anything, this is going to be fuel to a fire that's not going to burn down until one day someone actually does eventually step up and take the mantle. And I'm not that person. I'm not going to obsessively make 50 million videos about this situation is... The blank situation is crazy. VivziePop is so over. VivziePop is done. Spin the Horse is done. Oh, look, VivziePop responded. Spin the Horse responded. I'm not a slop content farm. I just want to go back. I'm just a disgruntled, sad, upset fan. Not disgruntled, but I'm a disappointed fan. That's what I am. That's what Has Been Hotel to be its best side ever. But with people in the fandom constantly making things worse, there's no signs that it's going to go back to the way that things were. A word of the final parting advice to you guys is, if you want something done, you do it yourself. Take something from the Helliverse of its rotting corpse and reanimate it to make something perfect. All art is valid, including ones of written words. If you don't like something, you can express that. It's okay. You can open up to people. You can tell them, hey, I don't like this, and that's the way things should be. You shouldn't live in fear of being doxxed for having an honest opinion. You shouldn't live in fear just because people say that your opinion is shit. Be an unbothered queen or king. Be an unbothered person. Go on with your day. Live life to the fullest. Don't let people dictate how you should feel. Because at the end of the day, you're not the ones losing sleep over something as simple as a show that is not going to be there forever. That's not going to be online forever. If anything taught me that friendships are forever, but shows aren't. They get canceled. They end. Fandoms still stay permanent, but sometimes fandoms fall apart after a show is over. Friendships are like shows. They can last a long time, but they never ultimately end, as long as you put into love and effort and care. I know this sounds like a little cheesy, but I'm literally trying to tell you that it's not the end of the world because someone doesn't like the show. It's just an opinion, and if your opinion bothers you so much, then why do you even bother trying to do it? Forcing someone to have your same opinion is just not going to help it. It's only going to make you look worse. So my final parting words is that I hope I'm done with the fandom. I'm not criticizing it any longer. I mean, sure, I'm going to probably continue to contribute to the doc and contribute to the fandom, but I'm not going to be a part of that community anymore. If anything, I'm not going to do much about it. So, see you later. I know I didn't really address some important things, but what's else there to say other than that the fan base sucks, yada yada yada. I mean, I'm just tired. It's fucking 1 a.m. on October 1st. This video was supposed to be up and made in the first, but I made this on October 1st. And I'm only publishing it to just get this out of the way because I don't want to talk about this fandom anymore. I just don't want to be a part of this anymore. I don't want to be a part of living, but I have to live because that's all I got. So if you want more content, I'm just going to start making shit that I like. Goodbye, community. And VivziePop stands, if you're watching this, I don't care what you like. You can like what you like. I'm not going to tell you to not like something. I'm just posting what my opinions and thoughts on the matter are. And if you don't like it, then you shouldn't just force people to like something that I don't like. That's not cool, man. I hope you enjoy this and see you soon. Also, critic community, I'm not being that. Bye. I'm not above another allegation. Another day with all these screenshots. Another one of those crazy stands. Yeah. Vivzie sure gotta say what happened. She should have known it when I looked into her past history. A lot of skeletons in her closet. Yeah. What's the best part of this vid? It could only get more views. Cause I know it's bullshit. She's feeding you bullshit, spreading all the lies around like a vape pen. It's complete bullshit. You're spreading the bullshit. Every day she spreads, going after critics. Oh, anyway you sue me, baby, that's okay, I got backups. Oh, the story's never gonna end with the fan base in control. The more lies that piles up, the lies that spread is like telephone. People spread no truth. Yeah. So far be fun from it now. You can only resist X now. Because I know it's bullshit. She's feeding you bullshit. You're choking from the lies that you're giving up, but for your lidle, you fucking idle. Every day I spend looking at the critic tags. Oh, spending all your days, baby, defending soulless, baby. Oh, the story's gonna end with everyone exposed. Bullshit, she's feeding you bullshit. I'm filling up the docs with screenshots, but it's shallow, full of toxicity. I'm sick of the toxicity. Wish that this fan base would cleanse itself now.